afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Let us officially welcome you to the awarding ceremony of our very own and very first Casino Guru Awards. A big thank you from each and every one of us for tuning in to be here today and to be part of this event that aims to announce the winners of our 7 award categories. See, the 6 main categories judged by our expert panel will be joined by our Voice of the People category, which gave the public a chance to vote for their favorite operator. Extremely exciting, right? Featuring the shortlisted candidates from all categories, this awards winner was chosen solely by the public without any intervention from our judges. So, at least for me, it will be extremely interesting to see who managed to claim the top spot. But I must tell you that when we were pondering with the idea of creating Casino Guru Awards, we knew we wanted to do things a little bit differently, like we always do. But little did we know how incredibly challenging it will be to actually bring the level of transparency into the whole judging process that we did. But that's why I truly believe that this transparency is exactly what sets Casino Guru Awards apart from other awards in the industry, which is also why we plan to build on it the next years to come. But, of course, despite several hectic moments that are bound to come when you do things a certain way, we are extremely grateful for all your positive feedback that we received so far, and definitely we plan to make the next year's awards even better, right, Shimon?
Yes, indeed. Who does nothing learns nothing. But before we will close the first door, we will close the first annual of these awards, we need to open the other one. So without further ado, let's jump into some organizational information about today's ceremony. So it will be my duty to guide you through the program and talk with everyone involved. We will have judges and shortlisted companies with us here today on a huge panel, so prepare yourself to be entertained. And I want to also remind you that we are streaming live. Everything that is happening is live,
yes.
So everything you see is happening in real time, including people joining us. So we've set up a kind of a challenging production over here because we're going to have almost 50 people joining us from outside. You will see them there directly. And in case you will miss it, in case you will want to replay the ceremony once it's done, do not worry, you will be able to access the recording of today's event on our YouTube channel once it is finished. So right after this short introduction that we're having, we will start with the first panel. And in this panel, we will be talking with judges, with the industry experts, which were considering 2 categories. And these are the most impactful social responsibility initiative and the best implementation of RG tools. So we will start with these 2. And the winners of these categories will be announced after this first panel. So we will be talking with the judges. It's going to be 11 or 10 of them. So you can look forward to really gaining insights from them. And all of this should take approximately 1 hour. So the panel with judges, 2 categories, and after that we will have a 5-minute break, so just a short break, for you to get some rest, to get some refreshment, really to unwind a little. And then we will move on to the remaining categories, for which were judged by our very own judges from Casino Guru. And for this category, we will start with revealing the winner of the most effective handling of complaints, followed by the Fairest bonus policy, the Fairest general terms and conditions, and the most transparent casino. That's the categories, right? And we will also be bringing some special interviews with some of our very own Casino Guru judges. Not all of them were able to make it here with us in the studio, but do not worry, we have interviews with them. And as Daniela already mentioned, we will have our cherry on the top, which will be announced at the end, and that is going to be the Voice of the People category winner. And again, yes, all winners will be announced live during this event. So as you see, we had the envelopes. Nothing has leaked. It's just over here. And you are more than welcome during this time to be asking questions directly on our YouTube channel, or you can use Slido for it. So you should be able to see the details regarding Slido, perhaps now or throughout the program, in which you can get in, ask questions, and if we will have time, they will be answered live here in the studio. At the end of each panel, right? Fine. But before we will proceed through, I would like to thank our judges. I would like to thank everyone who is involved in this project, in these awards. So thanks to our judges, thanks to all the companies that have nominated, made it to the shortlisted category. It wouldn't be possible without you. It wouldn't be also possible without you, Daniela.
Thank you.
And without everyone
and
involved.
Without you, Shimon.
Oh, thank you. And also without everyone involved in Casino Guru. Yeah, we had a rough 3 months, but I guess we now can have the cherries from it. Yes, we have the cherry on the top, so now get the cherries. So again, going back to thanking everyone, and it is also important to thank all our media partners, which are AFPAPA, Casino Guru News, Casino Life and Business Magazine, Digital Gaming, GBC Time, and Hipster Agency. So, Daniela, how are you feeling? Are you excited?
Oh my God, cannot feel my fingers. How about you?
Yes, I'm a little nervous. I'm not really used to this kind of a professional setup.
Come on, you are.
Oh, not like this. I mean, yeah, I've had some experience with live streaming before, but yeah, this is like anchoring the news, so I hope I won't say anything stupid.
Well, let's not create much space for that, and I think it's time to start.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. So let's not delay it. Prepare yourselves, visit your bathrooms, bring some refreshments, and we will start with the first panel with the judges right after a short break. So we'll be right back. Welcome back. So I ended up on my own. Daniela left the studio already, but it's fine because we will going to proceed further. But before we will actually reveal the winners of the first two categories, as I mentioned, we will have some short discussions with the selection of industry experts involved in our judging process. So basically, these are the judges which are outside from the Casino Guru company. These judges has been involved for the two categories, and it's the most impactful social responsibility initiative and the best implementation of RG tools. Now, I'm going to introduce all of them, I mean the judges which were involved. We will have some here with us in the studio, but let's go firstly through every one of them. So the involved judges are Maris Catania from Kindred. She is not with Kindred anymore, she is acting on her own. Kevin O'Neill from Responsible Gaming Foundation. Eva Bakun from Clarion Gaming. Matthew Hickey from Gordon Moody. Melissa Etherington from Gamban. Tracy Parker from Responsible Gambling Council. Eduard Jakubovs from Betson Group. Dan Iliovici from Romanian Gambling Organizers Association, Rombet, and Responsible Gambling Association. Martin Lichka from Entain, Joe Abergel from Ethical Gambling Forum and from Rock Learning, James Pirve from Genius Gaming Consult, Vladimir Malakchi from Evoplay, Jody Bechtold from the Better Institute, Matt Smith from Bet No More, Pieter Remers from Assissa Consultancy Europe, Jennifer Shatley from International Gaming Institute, Adrian Sladin from Seventh Wave Corporation Training, Paul Dent from Gordon Moody, Sven H. Kirk from RG Certified, now judges from Casino Guru, of course, Peter Ješko, Maroš Gašparík, Matej Novota, Petronela Kontos, myself, Šimon Vince, and Jozef Kručaj, Peter Matuška, and Daniel Dolejší. So, as I promised, we have some of the external judges today here with us in the studio, and I can already see them. That's exciting. It's so many of you, 9 actually. I'm very happy that you've made it. I will not be introducing you again. When you will be speaking, our viewers will see who you are, and of course, they will also highlight you in the studio. So, welcome everyone. I'm very happy that you've made it here with us today. It's great to see your faces again. Some of you I've seen on ice. So as I outlined, we are going to have some insights from you, some questions to give some more information to our viewers. I have a couple of questions. I mean, I would be happy. I mean, it would be great if I'm able to ask everyone the questions they would appreciate, but unfortunately, the time is short with us today. We cannot go through it. So I have 6 questions over here, and I also have associated names with them. And I will ask the question, and I will set the names of the people whom I will ask them, so you can prepare a little bit. And then if we will still have some time, when you will be some interest from your side to provide feedback on some questions, please let me know, raise your hand or whatever, and we will go through it. So thanks again. Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's great to see you. Okay, this one is going for Joe and then for Maris. So what made you say to becoming a part of the Casino Guru Awards? Joe, please.
Hi, everybody. I think what I liked most about it was the transparency of the awards and everything. The fact that you were like reaching out to people in the industry that you might not even have known that well, but you knew that we were all involved and had the same ideals as you did when it came to responsible gaming. And I was very interested in meeting other people in the industry that had similar ideals to me, and this gave us a great opportunity and to meet more people and to be involved in a transparent judging process.
Thank you very much, Joe. What about you, Maris?
Well, technically, if you ask me to do something, I would do it most of the time. But as well, because I know Casino Guru and the work that they've been doing on RG with self-exclusion registers and everything. So also the fact that it was such a transparent process, there was so much, collaboration between the judges. So I thought it was an excellent exercise.
Thank you very much for your kind words. And again, I'm happy that most of you were able to make it to Prague when we were meeting in person, where we were basically listening to the shortlisted companies which were showcasing themselves. And naturally, as we will point out later, there has been some challenging as a part of the process. But I'm glad that you appreciate the part of this process to be so transparent and to be so open. Like we mentioned, we wanted to do something a little more different, and we will get into more detail a bit further. So this one goes to Adrienne and Jody. So your task was to evaluate the best social responsibility initiative and the best implementation of RG tools. You received the nomination letters and other information about shortlists, went through the materials, and then we gave the shortlist the space to present their works and efforts during online calls, which took place during the Prague session. Again, some of the people were there in present, rest of the judges were able to join in online. So you were part of this. How do you evaluate this process? Please, Jody, if you can start.
Yeah, thank you. I thought it was a very transparent process. It was very helpful to read everything that was submitted and be able to kind of evaluate across the board. And I think that the short list really did highlight many of the industry that are really taking this serious with the social responsibility and the RG tools. Unfortunately, I did not make it there in person to hear the companies talk further, because you guys invited me from the United States, and that was a tough time to travel in December. But I really did feel that it's looking at the industry, and the industry is looking at itself to say, what are we doing and how much more can we be doing? So this whole process really did highlight organizations, and I think the next time that you do this, we'll see even more features and things that are offered across the organization.
Thank you, Jody. How about you, Adrian?
Yeah, hello, Shimon. Good to be with you all again, and it was a great honor to be in Prague with so many of the judges as well. It was fascinating to see the entries that came in terms of these are awards, and looking at what people were doing above and beyond what we expect of them. I think it's important to recognize the difference between what should be done and what can be done. In other words, not to consider what the industry does as a matter of course, but what places them above and beyond in terms of player safety and social responsibility. It's also important to understand the nature of the category title and its implications. And so necessarily for us as a panel, we will recall that we found it quite difficult at times to see what we expected to see and what was actually going beyond. What did we actually want to award a prize for? What was special about people? What were they doing beyond our normal considerations? And I think that's something that Casino Guru has really looked at as a group this time for both of these first awards, to see what we can also take as best practice today. So that's my view.
Yeah, indeed, there is a lot to learn also for us and for organizing. We'll proceed further. This one was supposed to be for Martin Lichka and then for Kevin, but I cannot see Martin here. Perhaps he couldn't make it. So we will start with Kevin. And once you heard the question, you can raise your hand whether you would like to answer it. So 2023 marks the first year of the Casino Guru Awards, indeed. And what would you recommend to the nominees who will compete to win in the next annual? And what should separate the winner from the rest? So, Kevin, if you please.
Firstly, I would like to congratulate you, Simon, and your colleagues. Fantastic job. I would like to suggest applying the same level of enthusiasm towards responsible gambling as one might apply to the selection and quality of the products offered by operators. Introducing a healthy ethical framework within the company's culture, and this will automatically be reflected in the outputs. When ethics guides the creation of the organization's culture, compliance comes naturally and is not an obligation. I think if we are aware of this, much more can be achieved on an organizational level, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kevin. So I think I saw James' hand. Would you like to answer this question?
Yes, I could supplement a little bit on that. Again, thank you so much for the organization, and congratulations to Casino Guru Awards for pulling this off. I know it has been a long time coming, and it being the first time, I am almost sure that it has been harder than it's going to be going forward. But for me, I think what anyone who is nominated to take part in the Casino Guru Awards, what they need to do, especially for categories to do with responsible gambling, I think one of the judges already noted that what was most important was to see what a nominee or an operator does over and above what is expected of them. We saw in most of the presentations or submissions that were made by the operators, most of them went with what was expected. But personally, as a judge, I would have wanted to see what an operator or a nominee was doing over and above what was expected of them. So I think the advice I would give to anyone who is nominated for such awards is that they should do, or they should highlight what they're doing over and above what is expected of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, James. Okay, let's proceed further. This one's going to be for Dan and Melissa. So the evaluation process during which the judges meet and talk to the shortlist via online calls is unique to the industry. So what was the biggest benefit for you when it comes to this evaluation process? And also what could be improved? Melissa, if you can start, please.
Of course. Just to echo what others have said, I feel it was very beneficial for the judges to kind of be together as well in such a beautiful place as we were, but being together to be able to judge. And I think that's probably one of the things that stood out the most for me, was having everyone in the same room, and for those who were unable to attend, joining us live online in the room. It really opened up discussions and conversations that we perhaps wouldn't have had otherwise, and made us think more deeply about how we were judging and what we were judging on. Kind of exactly what James has just said, of thinking about things. Are we judging on these things that we would already expect? Are we judging on things that are going above and beyond? So I think it was actually very beneficial to be able to judge in that way. And, you know, kudos to Casino Guru for arranging this the way that they have, because it has certainly felt different to perhaps other judging experiences of ticking boxes from your email.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Melissa. Indeed, I just want to make a point on this. It was very beneficial for us as well, because talking with you directly and also hearing your discussion among yourself, it's a learning potential from us how to be better for the upcoming year, how to make the process more appropriate into achieving what we want with this. So please, Dan, if you can proceed this one as well.
Yes, thank you, Simon, and thank you to the entire Casino Guru team. It was an absolutely beneficial learning process, also for us, for me especially, as member of the jury. It was a great honor. And what I have noticed mostly was the possibility to be live, to hear in person the nominees sustaining their nomination to the Casino Guru Awards, to feel how much they are really involved in this process. I think these are the most important things, and it was in more than 15 years since I'm in this industry. It was the first time that I really seen an awards process that was totally different, and this was in a beneficial way. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. The next one is coming towards James and Joe. So there were many well-known companies among the shortlists. So did you learn anything, I mean something, during the presentations that you didn't know before? Were there some exclusive insights, something that you didn't know about these companies? Joe, please, again, if you can start.
Yeah, I think so, because obviously we only had what was written on paper and sent to us beforehand, but being able to see the companies presenting online, it gave us the opportunity to question them on their submissions and to ask specific questions that we had. I mean, from what I recall, many of those questions were about the impact that their projects were having on, and how are they measuring that impact. I know that was something the judges were very concerned about. And yeah, I learned more. We learned about, generally speaking, whether they were kind of doing what the regulator required of them or whether they were going above and beyond, as has already been mentioned. We also learned about something that Kevin mentioned before, about whether what they were doing was kind of like embedded in company culture, or it was more the box ticking. And, it gave us the chance to ask the questions and really challenge them on some of those things that we needed to know about their submissions.
Thank you very much. James, what about your feelings of it?
For me, what stood out the most was what I learned the most is how seriously most of these operators, because I found so many, of course, most, if not all, the operators and the nominees that were forwarded to us were very familiar, because most of them are well-known companies, especially in Europe. But what stood out and what impressed me the most was how seriously they took the opportunity to be recognized for their efforts, and the genuine effort that they put in answering all the questions that we put to them as judges, and basically the effort to really stand out. And most of them really stood out. So I can't say that I was overly, what really surprised me is how seriously they took the opportunity to stand out and be recognized for the good work that they're doing. That impressed me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, James. Now I have in my notes that actually there is space for one more person. So I would like to turn these questions back to Matt, because Matt have attended, I know that he had time for all the calls which we've had with the shortlisted companies. So from your recommendations, so what would it be that you recommend to the nominees that will compete in next year, and what should separate the winners from the rest?
Thank you very much indeed, Simon. I think that what's really important is in the future that we see what are the tangible outcomes of what you're telling us. So, it's good to see the work that the operators are doing. It was good to work with so many different judges. So we got lots of different opinions and views. But what I'd like to see in the future is really drilling down on detail, particularly around the social responsibility. I think, as Adrian mentioned earlier, about what are operators doing above and beyond, and I think that's really important. So I'd like to see a more level of detail around that. for me personally as well, around the RG tools, somebody who comes from a background of being affected by gambling, was to see how much progress has been made over the years as well, and that was really highlighted at times, which was really good to see. So I think for me, it's about looking at those outcomes, not just kind of telling us what we want to hear, but actually really showing us what you're actually doing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Matt. So in the beginning, I said there's going to be 6 questions, but unfortunately, we do not have the time to answer the last one. I wanted to turn the one Matt just answered towards him because it's a bit more comprehensive. So thank you very much again for your work at the judging process, to be here with me and with us today and answering these questions. I'm going to say farewell to you, and hopefully see you next year for the awards and the process. And yes, definitely see you around conferences or calls. And I will proceed further. So we'll get back to the audience. So thank you very much to all the judges. Again, not only the ones that have joined, but also all of them which had took their place and help us to get the winners of each categories. Hopefully, we will get to welcome them here again in the upcoming years as well. So now is the time that all you have been waiting for. So let's introduce the winners of the first 2 categories. But first, give me just one short break. We will rewind a little. We'll be right back, starting with the first category, the most impactful social responsibility initiative. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you are ready for the announcement of the winner of the first category, the most impactful social responsibility initiative. But before that, I would like to remind you the opportunity to ask questions through Slido. So you should be able to see the details regarding Slido right beneath me, yes, over here. So please engage with us, ask questions. If we will have some time, which I hopefully we will ask them to the shortlisted companies, and they will be providing their answers. So let's proceed with this category. Since the importance of safer gambling and player protection accelerated in recent years, we created this category to reward the organizations whose social responsibility initiative stands out among the rest of the nominees. Our judges were looking for projects and initiatives of both smaller and larger scales, finished or ongoing, which were evaluated according to the criteria such as intentions, possibility or positive impact, execution of the initiative, or its current state, perhaps results. The panel also looked at what extra is being done to get the RG insights to new and prospective players, and what tools and channels are being used to achieve this goal. What I just read was the description of the category and the guide for submitting the nomination, accessible to all nominees on our website. For first inaugural year of our awards, we have decided to not limit the companies too much when it comes to the evaluation criteria, and thus leave the window for freestyle, as has been outlined with the discussion with the judges. So we wanted the nominated companies to show what they think is best to showcase. We also gave the shortlisted companies the possibility to supplement their nomination material and prepare the presentation for an online call with the judges, during which they had an opportunity to showcase their efforts and directly present them to the judges. Humbly, we have learned that even though the format of leaving space for freestyling and showcasing what they think is worth showing offers space for innovation and creativity, it complicates the judging process itself. Nonetheless, all the companies still had the same starting line, but we will be more specific in the following years and offer wider nomination guidelines for nominees as well as for the judges. So, without further ado, yes, I'm talking too much, let's proceed to the shortlisted companies which made it for this category. So the selected companies are Fresh Casino, Betson Group, DraftKings, Flutter Entertainment, Kindred Group, Genesis Global Ltd. And today, we also have some of them joined live today. So it's Charlotte Baker, Communications Coordinator from Betson, and also Daria Megdoyo, Responsible Gambling Relationships Manager at Kindred Group. Welcome with us in the studio. It's great to have you here. Hello, Daria. Hello, Charlotte. How are you doing?
How are you?
Hi, thank you very much for joining us. So we have a little time to have a little talk with you, and I would like to circle it to the main question. So what is it that you think makes you a strong candidate for winning this award? Let's start with Charlotte, please. Charlotte.
Well, I think Betson is a strong candidate for winning this award, as the organization is very proud of its social impact initiatives, and not only the ones that we are currently doing now, but also the ones we have planned for the future.
Mm-hmm. And if I may ask, what is it, how about your plans for the future? Is there anything worth mentioning that you are preparing for this year or for the upcoming years? Some sneak peeks?
Currently, I'm not at liberty to say what they are. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I understand that not everything can be disclosed in the public. Awesome. Daria, same question for you. What it is that makes you a strong candidate for winning this award?
Well, customer protection and social responsibility and responsible gambling are something that are at the core of everything that we're doing at Kindred.
And we're really trying to highlight such initiatives through voicing very challenging goals like the Journey to Zero goal. And we really hope, that through transparency and through open conversation, we will inspire other stakeholders in the industry as well. And we will show that, sustainability is a good business model and it's the best way forward for the industry.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. What about the plans for the future? Anything we're mentioning?
Well, yes, I think it's very worth mentioning that this is a goal, the Journey to Zero is a goal that will never actually stop, and we will always aim towards it. And we will do this by constantly working on improving our PSCDS detection system, our intervention, and the way that we are interacting with our customers. And we will do this relying a lot on data, and on the trust that we build with the customers, and improving continuously our responsible gambling approach in general.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I think we have time for one question from Slido. I will read it out loud. I think you cannot see it. So what's your opinion on the future of the casino industry? How do you think it will evolve over time? I will roll this to Charlotte. So what do you think is the future of casino industry? How do you think it will evolve?
That's quite an interesting question. I have to admit, this is quite a new role for me here at Betson. So
I see. I will try to narrow.
I would say I'm the best person to give the answer.
I will try to narrow the question down a little bit. Do you think that the direction of responsible gambling and sustainability in online gambling will be a over-compassing direction? What I mean by this question is that, do you think that the whole industry will be able to take on this course? Or do you think that it is just the path for the leading companies as Betson is?
Yes, I do believe that all the organizations take this responsibility, take it on. Not only companies like ourselves, yes.
Yeah, it's since you are new for the role, it's very great that to hear that you are positive about it. Thank you for that. And Daria, the same question for you. I will shorten it a little bit. So I'm sorry, I just see a new question for Daria directly to you. So in your opinion, what kind of measures should casinos take to promote responsible gambling among their customers?
I think when it comes to promoting responsible gambling, I think it is very important to promote it as early as possible and to create a certain level of awareness with all the customer base, so not just the ones that are at risk. Because then if the customer has that awareness and they're engaging with gambling in a responsible manner, even at the point when they would need some kind of intervention from your side, they would be a lot more receptive to it, right? So I think the earlier, the better to create awareness with the customer.
Thank you very much, Daria. So the time is running, so I will need to proceed to the announcement of the winner. Thank you very much to be with me here today. Please do not disconnect yet, because perhaps one of you is the winner, but I need to say farewell to you and get back to the studio. So thank you very much. And
thank you.
Now is the time to announce the winner for the most impactful social responsibility initiative. And the winner is Kindred Group. Congratulations. Yeah, Daria. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
Wow, huge congrats. So this is the first ever award for the inaugural year. So you are the first one. Yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel?
Well, we are very grateful to receive such a recognition. I am genuinely very happy to be able to share it really with everyone at Kindred for all the hard work that they're doing, because this type of award just goes to show, all the positive impact that our work has, not just on our customer base, but also on the wider society.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Daria. It was great to have you here. Congratulations again. we will proceed further. Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you very much. So, we have the first category behind us. Congratulations to Kindred once again. And of course, big thanks to all the shortlisted company which have made it to this point, and also to others who have joined us live today. We hope to see all of you back in this very same place next year. Now, before we will move to the next category, the best implementation of RG tools, let's have a 1-minute break. So see you in a while. And we are going forward to announce the second category, the best implementation of RG tools. Responsible gambling tools and their use were at the forefront of this category, indeed. For this award, our judges were evaluating both in-house and external tools used by the applicants based on several criteria. Apart from the number and quality of responsible gambling tools in use, the panel also judging how visible and accessible they are to players. What is the scope of their implementation, panic buttons, and so on, and how the tools are being promoted to players. This category is special, as it includes not only those companies that offer gambling activities to players, but also those that are implementing RG tools within the scope of their solutions and products. To be more specific, in this category, we are not talking only about deposit, loss, and time limits, but about any tools that offer the possibility to decrease the risk of gambling harm, including analyzing and evaluating players' gambling activity. Throughout the evaluation process, we have come to realization that judging all of these companies together represents a challenge. However, since we started with one category, we wanted to finish with one, which is where we have decided to keep the liberal assent, and all judges were evaluating the companies as a part of a single category. As for all the categories, judges had 3 points available to distribute among shortlisted companies, and they also had the opportunity to abstain from voting. We followed the rule of at least 50% of points to be distributed in order to have a legit winner. In conclusion, we now know that it is rather difficult to evaluate all of these companies under one umbrella, which is why we are planning to take this into consideration when outlining the categories for next year. Now is the time to mention the shortlisted companies for this category. So, upon evaluation of the nominations we received, we have selected the following shortlists: LNL Ltd, Entain Group, Mindway AI, Necton, Puff, Rocket Play Casino. Again, we have some of the shortlisted companies, I think even all for this one. We have them live with me in a studio, and I'm going to ask them a couple of questions. Welcome, everyone. I can see 4 of you. Yes, I can see Rasmus. I can see Matthew. And this is Rocket Play. So I will introduce you a little bit. So this is Rasmus Kjargaard, CEO of Mindway AI. Welcome. Matthew Curtis, Head of Responsible Gambling at LNL Europe. For Rocket Play, we have Lily Gerner, Team Leader of Customer Care Services. We have the information that Lily is not able to turn on the camera, so we will have a smooth streaming. But if you can show yourself just for a little bit, and then we will shut it down, so we will know there is a real person behind it. And further, further from Puff Casino, we have Janina Honkala, the Responsible Gambling Specialist, and also Anna Ingman, the Corporate Communication and Environmental Specialist. Welcome. Perhaps there will be more joining in the time. As we are going live, there is those, technical hiccups which we are not able to influence, but not let ourselves delay with it, and we will proceed further to talking with you. Rasmus, when I've introduced you at the first place, because I see you at the left top corner, you can start. So again, the same question: what do you think it is that makes you, the company, a strong candidate for winning this category?
Well, I think first and foremost, our scientific-based approach, where we combine AI with human expert assessment into a kind of virtual psychologist approach for detection of at-risk and problematic gambling behavior deployed at the back end of operators is one thing. The other thing is our gamified self-test solution brought to gamblers on websites where they, based on neuroscience theory, can test themselves playing a card game instead of answering questionnaires.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Proceed to Matthew. What do you think it is that makes you a strong candidate to win this category?
Truthfully, I feel that we've been going above and beyond in terms of the RG systems that we've had in place for a number of years. This has been backed up by our recent compliance assessments, which have been passed without issue. I feel like we finally perfected walking that thin line between freedom of choice for the customer while still ensuring compliance with the regulations. That's obviously a very tricky challenge. It took a bit of trial and error, but I think we're finally there. And to go back to one of the a comment that one of the judges mentioned before, I do feel that LNO has this ingrained in its company culture from the top down, which is wonderful.
Thank you very much, Matthew. Ladies from Puff, the same question for you. You can choose which of you will answer.
I don't know. It's more that we think that RG has been a very important subject that we prioritize very highly. And it's also in our purpose in Puff that we have responsible gaming is the backbone of our company, and something that our CEO also talks about a lot.
And what we believe in is transparency, and therefore we publish our customer segments yearly. The customer segments are based on the RG tool that we have that is called the Puff Radar. and radar classifies the player in 4 risk segments based on the player losses for 90 days. We also have the yearly loss limit tool that is mandatory for all our players, and it's 20,000 euros per year or 10,000 for young players.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody should be able to lose their house or their home playing with us.
Yes, your approach is quite unique as you've settled the ceilings, which cannot be basically overcome by any activity of the players. But I'm curious, where is it that you are sitting? There is some arena behind you? Is there a football stadium or something?
No, it's our office actually here in Åland, Mariehamn.
Oh, I see.
So this is our main place, the
headquarters.
Oh, I see. So is there an arena, like a place in between of it, or it's just it only looks like that, right?
You have to come here so we can show you.
Okay. Where it is located?
Visit our website about pub.
Where it is located exactly? You are residing on an island, right? I cannot think about the name.
Åland. It's a small island between Finland and Sweden.
Oh yeah. A big number of very small islands just scrambled in the middle of this. Yes. Yeah, hopefully I will able to visit there once. It sounds like an exciting destination. Thank you very much. Proceeding to rocket play. Again, the same questions. Lily, what do you think it is that makes you a strong candidate for winning this award?
Thank you for this question. For sure, our approach is quite different because we usually do that, we place ourselves on the behalf of the player and then understand where we should go on. And literally it is connected, like the technical part and the human part all together. And the main thing is that our team's dedication and, commitment to providing the safe space for players to feel comfortable and join our casino is the main point.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Lily. I think there will be no further shortlisters with us, so I think that we can proceed to Slido. Again, as I mentioned before, you can get engaged asking the questions through Slido, and I will try to translate them. So let's take a look at them. I see. What's your opinion on the future of the casino industry? How do you think it will evolve over time? We already had that questions, but perhaps Matthew, you can answer this question since you are coming from an operator.
Sure, yeah. It's a good question. I guess it depends on what markets you're actually interested in exploring. Obviously, we're quite a UK-focused company at the moment, and we've been awaiting this white paper for a long time. There's some updated guidance coming from the Gambling Commission at the end of this month also. So really it is a very difficult question to answer in a general sense. I would just stress that the use of data is likely to only become more important as time goes on, and how that data is used both within the casino and by the regulators too. I think technology and virtual reality it's also are likely to have a big impact on the industry too.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Yes, new technologies and innovation is I have a big threat on my mind, but it is not the right word. I mean, it is what drives the industry forward, and sometimes it is difficult to, keep pace with it, also in regard to protecting players. So yes, indeed, I think that we need to be very vigilant where the industry is heading. We have a next question, which I would like to ask you, Rasmus. What do you think is the biggest challenge facing the industry today? And do you think the industry can address it?
First and foremost, I think that what we see as the biggest, one of the biggest challenges, or one of the big challenges, is actually to take into consideration an effectful detection done on the customer database to keep the customer database is sustainable to the extent where operators meet the requirements set out by politicians and regulators. We have software running in 40 different jurisdictions currently and detecting 6.5 million active players monthly in total with our customers. So obviously we see a lot, and I think the challenge is, of course, very much regulatory, but also I see challenges in terms of allocating sufficient resources into developing this to follow through all the regulatory requirements increased all the time. So definitely that's challenges that the industry has to overcome, I guess, and this can be done in different ways, in-house development with collaboration with guys like us, or definitely.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Rasmus. There is one more question which is directed to me, but I will rather to turn it to our shortlisted companies. So what would you like to see more in the casino industry? New games, more RG measures, more innovative technologies, or is there anything else? I would like to put this one on Puff. I'm sorry, just very briefly, and I will go also with Lily with this one. So what is it that you would like to see more in the industry?
I think I can tell for our both part that we like to really see, or we strongly believe in a national loss and deposit limits that really sets the limits for the player, for the whole market.
Mm-hmm.
So,
thank
and
you.
not only company based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. When there is a limit, you cannot overcome it. But certainly there are other things that might be appearing more in the industry. Perhaps Lily from Rocket Play, you can provide your feedback on it. So what is it that you would like to see more in the industry?
Wow, thank you for this question. Actually, it's quite tough, I guess, but I do believe that technology, artificial intelligence, and everything that is connected to this is like the future of responsible gambling. And I guess, I do believe that companies and operators will start with that. Because when you do the product, when you complete it, it is very important to understand that the technology provides everything that is needed to limit player and to find out all the details that are necessary to protect them.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Lily, very much. And thank all of you for joining me. We need to move forward. The time is of the essence. So thank you very much. Please do not disconnect yet. I will say farewell, but perhaps we will see with one of you with the announcement. So I will proceed. Thank you very much. See you all later. So let's proceed further with the announcement of the winner of the best implementation of the RG tools category. And the winner is Mindway AI. Congratulations. Oh, hi, Rasmus.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you again. Yeah, congratulations to winning this award.
Thank you.
When I remember the discussions of the judges, it was very difficult to find a winner for this category, but here it stands. How are you feeling? What are your initial thoughts?
Well, my initial thoughts is that it is always nice to have such acknowledgement from judges, and as all of the other nominees, I had a call with the judges, so obviously I have a quite good idea of who they are, and that means even more a lot because that is industrial peers working in this space day in and day out, and great thing to achieve. It's always great for us to have these acknowledgements, and for us who focus solely on responsible gambling and player protection solution, it's a great thing to achieve when we work so hard on enhancing gambling operators to enhance their player protection.
Thank you very much, Rasmus. Responsible gambling tours are truly doing changes in the online gambling industry. I will now say goodbye. Congratulations again, and thank you very much to be with us today. And we need to proceed further because time is short. And we will have the short 5-minute break right now as we will proceed to the next categories, which, as I mentioned earlier, have been judged by our own Casino Guru judges, from which some of them you will see, you will hear basically their answers on our questions, short interviews, and also we will have one with us directly in the studio. So, without further ado, let's proceed, but there's going to be a short break again. I'm sorry for this, but at least it is time for you to get some refreshments or something, so see you in a while. Welcome back. I took a little pause. I took some water. You cannot see it. It's over here. So let's proceed to the next category, which is the most effective handling of complaints. So over the years, we have came into a conclusion that one's attitude to complaints can say a lot about their business. And this award aimed to give recognition to the operator who is constantly going above and beyond in making sure that player issues and complaints are always addressed and handled. So the most effective handling of complaints category was domain of our very own experts from Casino Guru Complaints Resolution Center, which chose the operator displaying the highest level of dedication to handling player complaints. Casino Guru Complaint Resolution Center is currently led by Petronella Kontos and consists of 11 active complaint specialists and 3 first response individuals. The first resolved complaint was successfully completed in October 2019, and since its establishment in the same year, the center has successfully resolved over 5,000 player complaints. Unfortunately, Petronella, the Casino Guru's head of complaints, couldn't be with us today, but we did manage to pre-tape a very insightful interview with her, in which she answers some very interesting questions about the Complaints Resolution Center, as well as gives her insights on the judging process. Here it is.
My name is Alexandra Benicka. I'm Casino Guru's content specialist, and I'm joined here today by Petronella Kontos, Casino Guru's complaint team lead. Unfortunately, Petronella, you couldn't be in the studio today with Shimon and Daniela, but that's okay because we're ready to answer some questions that might be of great interest for our viewers. Petronella, without further ado, let's jump into it. The Complaint Resolution Center has become the go-to place for players mistreated by operators. Petronella, can you give us some stats or some numbers with regards to some interesting metrics, such as total number of complaints received by Casino Guru versus the number of complaints resolved? Stuff like this, maybe?
Hello everyone, my name is Petronella, as Sashka mentioned already. I'm a complaint team lead. Sorry I couldn't be able to join you today. I'm celebrating my birthday, 18th birthday today. Complaint Resolution Center opened its gate in 2019. In August we resolved very first complaint. We started generating our metrics a bit later, maybe a year later, but since that date we published more than 20,000 complaints and helped players to restore more than $14 million. When it comes to a ratio between published and resolved complaints, it's approximately 30%.
What about the average time it takes to resolve a complaint?
Well, we had some interesting records, and one complaint took us more than 250 days to resolve. It was submitted by a player from Brazil, but we resolved it after 251 days, but the average is 16 days.
Oh, very interesting. What about the highest amount of money that were returned?
It was, I'm not sure from which country was the complaint submitted, but it was 500,000 euros that we helped player to restore. It was a jackpot win, and the player had his winnings split into installments, and we guide him through the whole process.
That's a big sum of money.
It is. It's a life-changing amount.
That's right. One of the unique aspects of the center is that despite its success in recent months or in the past years, is the fact that it is still free of charge for all players. Why is this something that's important to you?
We want these services to be available for every player. We don't want to charge any fee because player wouldn't come to us. They will look for different complaint centers, for different resources. And we are very proud of this, that the services are free of charge. We do not accept any donations. We want to be independent and available for all the players.
Oh, I suppose that handling of complaints is a very peculiar subject, a very sensitive subject to deal with. How has the judging process been for you? Was it easy for you to choose the winner? Did you encounter any problems at all during the evaluation process?
It wasn't hard, really. We had some points that we really wanted from the person who's handling the complaints on the side of the operator to come up, to be proactive, to first of all to answer to our complaints, because we have some operators, they just refuse to cooperate with us at all. So we want this person to be proactive and listen to our advices, not to go with their terms and conditions only, but to be able to be flexible and listen to our advices, because when a casino comes to us and says this is written in our terms and conditions and that's our final decision, that's not really the approach that we were looking for.
I understand. You've also joined us in Prague for the Prague event, where calls with shortlists as well as discussions with your fellow judges took place. If you had to choose one thing, one aspect from the day that was interesting to you or that stood out to you in any way, what would that be?
Well, for 3 years we were writing with these people, so it was really nice in Prague to have these calls and to be able to connect faces to names. So that was really interesting, and I'm looking forward to meet more of these guys in person. That was really nice.
And of course, many of the shortlists and also nominees and also people who might just be thinking of applying next year are here with us today. If you had to give some recommendations or some advice for this year's and maybe also next year's potential nominees, what would that be? Maybe to increase their chances of winning?
Well, please be proactive. Please listen to our advices. We're trying to be as independent as possible, but we need all three sides to cooperate. The player, the operator, and we are mediating the issue. So please be proactive. And any other advices, please join us for the calls, because that was really interesting and it gets you a little bit on top of the others.
Well, thank you, Petronella. That's it for today. Enjoy your birthday, and hopefully we get to see each other next year with you guys as well.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Simon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies, for the great interview. Thank you very much, Petronella, for your insights. I am sure many of our viewers found your information very useful and interesting. And I'm sorry that you couldn't be with me here today in this beautiful studio, as I would very much like to share it. And it could have been like an after-game studio of ice hockey, which I know you love. But I guess it is what it is, and I hope that you are enjoying your birthday. And I would like to take this opportunity to wish you all the best. So now, without further ado, let's proceed further. Let's proceed further with this category. From the nominations we received in this category, we have selected the following shortlisted companies: iWild Casino, Play Fortuna Casino, 7 Stars Partners, G Wages, Mr. Bet, My Stake, Plido Casino, Rhino, Roletto, and Vulcan Vegas. So some of the shortlisted companies are with me today. Welcome, everyone. It's great to see you. Hi. Welcome. I have to admit that I do not recognize your faces, and I know that not all of you has made it, so I will go through everyone who were supposed to be here today, not to miss anyone. So it is Anastasia Chaplenko, Head of Communications Department at iWild Casino. Yes, hello, now I recognize it. Then it is Helena Regina, Senior Affiliate Manager at 7 Stars Partners. Helen is not with us. Okay, and then it's Alice, affiliate manager at MyStake. I guess we do not have Alice as well. Edgar's general affiliate manager at Plidu Casino. Hi, Edgar's. Ruslan's the senior affiliate manager at Plidu Casino. Welcome. Spiros Lotsaris, head of affiliates at Rhino. I guess we do not have Rhino with us. Alistair Gibb. Oh, yes. Hi. So we do have Rhino. Alistair Gibb, head of Rhino. And then Zakaria Khitaroshvili, CEO of Roletto. Not that one. David Razmadze, head of affiliates at Roletto. And finally, Alexander Nemilostivi, head of casino at Vulcan Vegas. Hello, Alexander. Great. Thanks again for joining us. So I will proceed with the same question because we do not have that much time. And I will start with you, Anastasia. So what is it that you think, what it is you think that makes you a strong candidate for this category?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to see all of you. And our Wild Casino team is so delighted to be able to take part in the Casino Guru Awards. Why do we want to win? The answer is simple: trust. We want that our players trust us and they will be safe with us even in difficult gambling situation. It means a lot to our casino because we are a young brand, but we want to achieve great goals, of course, and be the place where only responsible gambling and the trust of our players will always be. Thanks to your forum, we are able to communicate with customers and deal with their problems and compliance quickly. So that's all.
Thank you very much, Anastasia. Moving forward to Alexander, what do you think it is that separates you to get this award in this category?
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be invited here. I don't want to be repeated, but I'd say that, first of all, we position ourselves on the player side and understand their needs. And Casino Guru, on the other hand, points out to the demands and the need that the player misses or somehow didn't get with the right treatment. So basically, we try to imagine ourselves in the same very situation that the player is placed in, and we react proactively, as Petronella said, and trying to do our best even before we receive the complaint actually delivered to us. We can see the complaint and already have an answer forward and act accordingly. So these are the most important things.
Thank you very much, Vladimir. Plidu Casino, what is it in your company that makes you the right candidate?
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. When it comes to being the most effective handler of complaints, the core points that we try to achieve is being always customer-oriented. We try to be always open and accountable, and as well as Petronella mentioned earlier, we are being flexible towards the player. You know, we're not always holding towards our terms and conditions, but we try to find the most effective and the most fair outcome of the situation. So we are always quick. You know, we have a large team working together to settle and close the complaint in the most effective way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our main goal is for don't have any complaint. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. But sometimes you just cannot help it because I think it's an important thing to mention, as there are complaints which needs to be dealt with companies. Also, there are these complaints which need to be dealt with players. So there is a huge number of complaints which are rejected for various reasons. So it's not every time the fault of the casino. But let's move to the Roletto. The same question. What do you think it is that makes you the right candidate for this award? I'm sorry. I think the Zakaria and David from Roletto. I do not see the names. I'm sorry. It's the Rhino Casino, Alistair, right? Can you raise your hand, please? Okay.
Hi.
So the same question. One of you, please answer.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you guys for inviting us here, for being here. I think it's a great thing what you guys are doing. I forgot to wear my Rhino suit today. I asked Alistair to do it, but he didn't have his Rhino suit. Anyways, so what we do is we do the basics. We've got a team that does the basics and it does it well. So we listen. So that's the best thing that we do. We listen to the customer. We listen to its complaint. We try to find out exactly what the problem is. And once we know what the problem is, we do our best in order to find the solution as quick as possible. And once we've got the solution done, then we're trying to put measures in not to have the same problem appearing again. So throughout all this process, we put the customer, in the middle, exactly where he's supposed to be. And hopefully we try to solve all our problems in a really, really, really quick manner.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. I think we have time for one question from Slido. So I will have this one put where we started. This is where we will end. So this one will go to Anastasia. And it is, in your opinion, what does an effective handling of complaints look like in practice?
Thank you for this question. The communication with players is not easy. Should to build a perfect working concept that helps to achieve a great result, and the players will be pleasure to casino. Yes, okay, and the complaints are what all casinos have. It's important that both sides always come to a common solution, and that satisfies them. I think so.
Yes, indeed. I know even from my experience that the communication is very important. Players can become very impatient when they do not receiving the answers. I mean, it's natural. We are talking about money and it is a sensitive topic. So thank you very much. Unfortunately, we do not have time for more questions. So we'll proceed with the announcement of the winner. Again, saying farewell, but please do not disconnect, as one of you might appear in the screen when we will announce the winner. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for providing your insights, and hopefully see you next year. So let's proceed further. Let's proceed with the announcement of the most effective handling of complaints category. So the winner is Vulcan Vegas. Congratulations. Hi, Alexander.
Awesome. What a surprise.
Yeah,
hello there.
Congratulations. Congratulations. It's great that you've connected, because I cannot imagine a situation when we will not have the winner here with us. So it's going fine so far. Tell us, how do you feel?
Well, first of all, as I said, I'm pretty much surprised, but indeed, this is a great privilege to be, first of all, shortlisted, and the next one to get this fantastic nomination one. And I'm impressed. This only pushes me and my company to go forward and to provide even better service to our customers.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to hear it. And congratulations again. I need to mention one thing. We do not have the prizes with us today. They are in the creation. I mean, we didn't make it for the ceremony, but they will be sent to you. They will be delivered. And I myself am quite looking forward how they're going to see. I haven't seen them yet. So do not forget to share them on social media so I can see them. Thank you very much, Alexander. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Going back to studio. All right. So congratulations to Vulcan Vegas again, and big thanks to all the shortlisted company to be with us, to nominate, basically to engage with this awards. So we'll again have a 1 minute short break. Then we will proceed to a next category. See you in a while. Welcome back. When we were brainstorming the categories for this award, we created the Fairest bonus policy category with the aim to recognize the operator that stands out from the competition in terms of bonus policy. Having thoroughly analyzed the bonus policies of thousands of casinos over the years, our Casino Guru expert panel of judges choose the winner based on several criteria, including transparency and visibility of key information about bonuses, such as bonus terms and conditions. Special attention was given to the fairness of bonus terms and conditions, features that prevent players from breaching the applicable rules by accident, and communicating the key aspects of bonuses in marketing materials. As I promised before, we will have some people, especially one, joining us live today. So it is Peter Ježko with me here. He is the Casino Guru strategy lead, and he was part of the judges responsible for evaluating the nominations for this category. So Peter, welcome in the studio.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm very happy that finally have someone real present in here. So you're gonna have to make it up for all the other colleagues which didn't make it, but I'm sure that you will. So there is a couple of questions which I would like to ask, and hopefully you will provide some insights which will be valuable for our audience, and will be provide some more background of what we do or what this category means to us. So Peter, in your lifetime, you have read thousands of bonus policies. So what are some of the aspects of bonus policies that are completely unacceptable in today's online gambling world? And did you find some of them among the nominees or shortlists?
So when we are talking about the fairness and bonus policy fairness, there are two aspects. First aspect is how the bonus terms are written. The second aspect is how it is implemented. So I will give an example of unfair term for each of these one. And of course, what is fair and what is unfair is a bit subjective. So maybe not everyone will agree, but according to us and our policy, let's look at the example of the written conditions. So, for example, imagine that you play in casino, you get the bonus, and you are lucky, and you got a big win. And now you say, "Wow, this is so great, but I have to fulfill some wagering. But now I'm so scared to lose the money, so I will decrease my bet." This is absolutely normal and common reaction, the recreational players. But some casinos see this as a problematic. Maybe it's not a bad intention from the casino. Maybe they are scared that there are some hidden strategies of bonus hunting or something like that. And so in their terms and conditions, this is forbidden. But the problem is that no player read all the full terms and conditions, and there is no way how they should know this. And from our perspective, we consider this to be unfair towards the players. It's the hidden trap, even if it's maybe not intentional. It's hidden trap, and we believe the player should be paid. This term shouldn't be applied.
I see.
I will get to the second example.
Sorry. Yes.
Sometimes the term is written good and everything is okay, but it is the question of implementation. I will give the example with the bonus hunting. All the casinos that give bonuses have several rules, like the max bet rule or wagering requirements, and this is to protect them from the bonus hunters. If this rule wouldn't exist, it would be really easy for bonus hunter to get the big value from this bonus. And so Let's take this example. The player is aware of this max bet rule, and she always bets the amount that is within this limit. But on one spin, unfortunately, there is some misclick or whatever, and this one spin will break this limit. And like from the perspective of mathematics and bonus hunting, there is no really advantage to be gained by just one spin. But the casino may say that, okay, but technically the rules were broken and we don't pay anything. And so this is about the implementation. That technically they may be right, but if we look from the perspective of fairness, it's definitely not fair to the player.
I see. So from what you're saying, I understand that there is so much to know about the process of playing in online casinos for the operators and for the players, as players can do unintentional mistakes based on terms and conditions. I think perhaps it's because the online gambling industry is still young. So my question would be, if we are explaining these things to operators, if you are doing it, do they listen?
It depends. Some of them are willing to listen, and we really appreciate it, because it's not that we want to do them something because we think they should do because we say. We believe this is a real improvement of the user experience, and it's in their own interest. So we are always glad if they listen to us, because then we can create together a better and safer environment for the players. And of course, sometimes we get the response like, who are you to tell us how we should do our business? And this is okay, because we don't tell them how to manage the business. We just tell them that from our perspective, we consider some things to be fair, some things to be unfair, and all our business is based on rating these things.
Yeah, I guess for some we can be a really pain in the back, but for the good reason. At Casino Guru, we advise players to only play in safe and fair casinos. How would a fair and safe casino look like when it comes to its bonus policy?
When we are talking about the safety, of course, first thing is, if I win, would I get paid? If I get paid, we can say it's a safe casino. But there is also another meaning of this safety. And that means if there are some terms and conditions that I might be not aware of, are the casinos doing proactive steps to restrict me from breaking these rules by mistake? In the bonus, the best example is the max bet rule. It's the rule that really all casinos have, and as I said, it's needed because of the protection from bonus hunters. But not every player is aware of this.
Yes.
And they may break it accidentally. And unfortunately, most of casinos don't implement the protection tools that the players are not able to. And so the second level of the safety from our perspective is if these rules are implemented and the terms are enforced.
Yes.
So if the player even try to break this rule, like max bet, they can't do that.
Yes. I mean, the safety, the mention of safety in connection with the bonus policy is truly connected with basically being sure that you will have access to your winnings and it is safe for you to play with this bonus, so you will get what you have signed for. And I imagine that it is very difficult to be choosing the bonus policy. So how do you evaluate the judging process? I mean, what has been here, what you have attended. So was it difficult for you to choose a winner? What was your focus when deciding?
It was very difficult because we have several very good casinos with very good bonus policies, and to choose the one, it was really hard. So the process was like we were reading all the stuff about the bonus terms. We had the calls with some of the nominees. We were asking them how would they handle certain situations, and then we have to decide. But again, it was really hard because there was a lot of very good casinos, and for me it was a really good experience because a lot of times we heard that okay, this is a nice thing to implement, but it's not really possible. It's too hard. And here on the calls with some of these casinos, it was like, yes, we have it already implemented. It's doable. So that was very good experience for me.
Yes, indeed. I think it's for nothing the saying that if there is a will, there is a way.
Definitely.
So you really had the shortlisted on the spotlight, which brings me to my last question regarding the Prague event. So you have participated in the Prague session where calls with shortlisters and discussion with your colleagues took place. So is there something that stands out to you from this undoubtedly very hard but very interesting day?
Yeah, it was what I said before, that some things are really doable, even if like most of the people say that it's not possible. But it is. Where is the will, there is a way.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Peter. We will proceed with this category. And without further ado, let's move on to the selection of the winner. So let's introduce the shortlisted companies first. So it's Boy Casino, Sol Casino, X Casino, Cat Casino, Rocket Play Casino, and Pledo Casino. Again, we have some of the shortlisted companies live today in the studio, so I will introduce them. Pledo Casino, we've saw each other before in a while. Hello again. Edgar's and Ruslan's, and also we have Lily Garner from Rocket Play Casino. Both of you have already answered this question, but for the different category. So I will ask it again, since it is the same starting line for everyone in this process. So what do you think, again, makes you the strong candidate in this specific category in the bonus policy? And please, Pledo, gentlemen, start.
Yeah, hello once again. What makes us special is basically that we have these enforced tools in place, technically enforced rules that will not allow players to make accident mistakes, like breaking the rules. Like we have this preset built-in capped maximum bet limit, and we have restricted country list. So basically we have everything in place and it's automated, so the player cannot break any rules set by us.
Thank you very much. Lily, what is your take on this? What makes Rocket Play stand out in this category?
Well, I'd say that we have all like marketing materials and website pages written in simple way. And the most important thing is that all the rules described are technically enforced. That is why we are just eliminating human errors at the very same stage that they might just happen. So that might be the main thing.
Very interesting feedback from both of you, because from my experience, I see that many things that lead out to complaints are made out of the basically without the knowledge that something bad is happening. So if you are putting in the structure which is not allowing for this to happen, I think there is a very profound tactic in this. Let me see. I think we have time for one short question from the Slido. Again, we have the question, how do you see the future of casino bonuses evolving in the years to come? So very quickly we have another shortlisted company here with us. Hi, it's supposed to be Alex Ket from Ket Casino. Hello, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, nice to meet you. My name is Alexandra. I represent Ket Casino today, and we are really glad to be in this category and with all the colleagues from the market today.
Thank you very much, Alex. It's great that you are here with us. So you can answer the question which I just read. So how do you see the future of casino bonuses evolving in the future?
I prepared the answer for another question, but it seems to me it will be relevant to this one as well. So I suppose it's really important to stay flexible. So safeness, security, controlling the rules that the players are not going through. It's like basic needs that actually all of us should cover initially without like additional discussion of that. But for us, and we drag big attention on that, is staying flexible and making some customer journey investigation to understand what actually players expecting to see in welcome pack in the platforms they are playing. So what more accept security and accept the comfortable staying and having like their leisure time. So answering shortly, it's staying flexible, searching for new approaches that can help to develop packages and stay like outstanding and stay different all the time. So the players can be curious what's new they prepare. That's actually our strategy we are taken into life currently.
Thank you very much, Alex. I think you've also answered the initial question, what makes you stand out? Fine, we need to proceed further. Thank you very much for your insights. Please do not disconnect because there will be an announcement and all of shortlisted companies are here, so one of you will be a winner. Thank you very much again for insights. See you soon with some of you. I will proceed with announcement of the winner for the policy category. So the winner in this category is Rocket Play Casino. Congratulations, Lily. Hi, that's exciting.
Hi, everyone.
Congratulations. So we will have to see you for a while. As you are the winner, there would have to be at least a picture as we will know that you are not AI.
Just a sec. I'll
figure
it out.
Show us how you cheer. Yes, something's happening. Whoa! Hi. All right. How do you feel it? How do you feeling?
Just, I'm impressed, and I guess that's just the award for the whole team for our efforts and the commitment we gave to this subject. Because all the technically enforced rules that we have and, some default values that are easily recognized by players are really important. And we do analyze, the customer journey and try to understand the customer and what can we do next to make it better. And I really hope to see you all again next year on the same ceremony.
Yes, I hope for the same as well. Thank you very much. It seems the connection is stable after all. I'm very happy for it. So congratulations again, Lily, to the Rocket Play Casino. Again, the award will arrive to your destination. And because time is again of the essence, we will have to move further. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And we will proceed with the next category and have just a very short break. So see you soon. The Fairest General Terms and Conditions is our next category, so welcome back. Terms and conditions are arguably one of the most important aspects of every casino, and this award will go to the operator whose terms and conditions display the highest level of transparency and clarity, fair play, availability, and more. Being one of the main things we focus on during our casino review process, a team of Casino Guru expert judges with years of experience in reviewing these terms and conditions was on the lookout for any hidden or predatory rules that might try to exploit players or put them into disadvantage. Any rules that are not explicitly stated in the terms and conditions, but are enforced by the casino, will be thoroughly examined and investigated. Joining us today will be Peter Matuška from Casino Guru, who acts as our casino data team lead and complaint specialist. Peter was part of the judges responsible for the evaluating of nomination forms and choosing the winner. Unfortunately, Peter couldn't be live with us in a studio. Yes, he's a busy man, and he managed to prepare a short interview, same as Petronella, with a very interesting environment, with him that might shed some light into the Fairest General Terms and Conditions category. So take a look at it.
As you already know, my name is Alexandra and I'm Casino Guru's content specialist. I'm joined here today by Peter Matuška, Casino Guru's data team lead. Peter, you couldn't be in the studio live today with Daniela and Shimon, very unfortunate, but we have prepared a set of questions for you to answer.
Hello everyone.
As we've already mentioned, we are always very vocal about only playing at fair and safe casinos. What should players be on the lookout for when choosing a new casino to play at?
If I was looking for a new casino, I would do the same thing I do when I'm about to buy a new product. I would go online and read some reviews on Casino Guru website. We offer lots of detailed reviews for the players so that they can make an educated decision. I would definitely go for recommended casinos and casinos with good rating, licensed casinos. I wouldn't just pick the best bonus.
Mm-hmm. When you were going through the material, the terms and conditions that the nominees sent out, did you uncover any hidden or maybe some predatory rules that might try to exploit the players or put them into some kind of a disadvantage?
We didn't really find any predatory rules, but we received some complaints about the shortlisted casinos, and we had to take this into consideration because some of the rules weren't applied correctly in the process. So, yeah.
I suppose that choosing a winner for this category might be very difficult because of the complexity of terms and conditions in general. How do you evaluate the judging process? Was it easy or difficult to choose the winner?
It was difficult, especially in one category. It was almost a tie. We had a really good nominees, and it was very close. And at the end, we had to make a decision. We had to vote, so we decided.
You also joined us for the Prague session, although you joined us online, but it still counts. If you had to choose or pick one thing that stood out to you throughout this very long, tiring, but also very interesting event, what would it be?
I have to say I really liked the interviews with the casinos. You could see that some of the casinos really gave it a thought and put a lot of effort into the presentations. So that would be it.
Many of the shortlists are joining us live today. We also have many other viewers watching us today. Is there something you would like to say to them, maybe with regards to nominees who are only planning to apply for next year? Some recommendations, some advice with regards to what could help them win, maybe?
Yeah, I would say for the nominees, keep up the good work and stay fair. And yeah, we're looking for the new nominees for the next year.
Thank you so much, Peter. Back to you, Simon.
Thank you very much, Peter, for your insights. Again, I'm sorry that you couldn't make it today, but I think that this interview have made it up. So hopefully see you here next year. I will be insisting on it, and it will be made in really, what I want to say is that we will set the term very quickly, so there will be a place in your calendar which will be just saying that today is the time to be in the studio. So without further ado, let's proceed to the mentioning the shortlisted companies in this category. So upon evaluation and assessment of nominations we received, we have selected the following shortlisted companies: 7-Bit Casino, Blue Chip Casino, Casino Bud, Maria Casino, Unibet Casino, and Vavada Online Casino. Again, we have some of the shortlisted companies today with us. Welcome. I can see no video over here, but we will just proceed with it. At least I see the names. So we have Yulia Ivashenko from Blue Chip. She acts as Head of Compliance and Law Department. Hi, Yulia. It's great to see you. Thank you very much. Yes, at least some faces. Then it is Otar Chagashvili. Otar is from Blue Chip, and he is a CEO. Hello, Otar. Hi, nice to see you. Thank you. I really appreciate turning the camera for a while, even though that you are on the move. The working truly is very dynamic in this year, so thanks. And then it is Igor, Casino Manager at 7-Bit Casino. At least we do have the logo. Thank you very much for joining me today. I again have the one question for each of you, at least. And it is the question, what is it that makes you a strong candidate for winning this award? And if we can start with Yulia, please.
What I can say, maybe the team which is devoted to fair play, to transparent business and appreciation of our customers. I think this be more detailed, maybe I can say that technical implementation of the modern trends like possibility to download terms and conditions, possibility to see notifications regarding changes and see all the versions previous and the next versions of terms. It's also a very good thing for enforcement and fair presentation of terms on the website. And what I can say, in general, when we prepare terms and conditions, we were thinking that it should be like if a customer just follow the link terms and conditions and just look through for a couple of minutes, just with one eye or just a few minutes, customers should feel that she or he is in good hands, that the casino is really trustful, and it should be like feeling from the whole text, from any point of the whole long text of terms and conditions. So it should be feeling from each side, from each paragraph. So I think maybe this.
Yeah, thank you, Yulia. Otar, how about you? What makes Blue Chimp stand out in this category?
Hi again. I think I'm looking strange because I'm in the car, because I'm now located in Warsaw. So Joe Biden decided today to be here. So the roads are closed. I could not enter the office. So that's a funny thing for the start. So about the transparency, Yulia already told. But the most important part, I think, it's the implementation. So anyway, there is a different kind of understanding of any kind of text. So our advantage is that we implement it on the right way. So if there is any kind of questions which is not clear, the player is right or the casino is right, we decided for the player. We think that in that case the player is right, so we act like this. So the implementation part is the strongest part in the context of the terms and conditions. So I'm also the player, so I know how important is the fairness for the player. So we understand it very good from the player's perspective. So we do it right way, and in the implementation part we do it really good. So that's it.
Thank you very much, Otar. And as I said, I appreciate that you joined us. So truly, we are now in a flexible time of working, so it's completely fine, the surrounding. Igor, same question for you. What do you think is that you have, or the 7-Bit Casino has, to win this category?
Hello to everyone, and thanks for the invitation. I'm very happy to represent the 7-Bit Casino team in this nomination. And as for opinion for our team, our rules are the work of the whole team and our specialists, and we try to listen our players and to comply with the requirements of the license. So we think that the main part to be a good and clear terms and conditions is to be clear for our players and to take rules, and that's it.
Thank you very much, Igor. I think we have time for one Slido question. I wanted to thank everyone that you are sending these questions, and I'm sorry that we don't have more time for it. I will have a discussion with Adiniela afterwards if we can make some sort of delivering the answers to you afterwards, so some place where you can read them. So which do you think are the most critical issues that players tend to burn themselves on when it comes to terms and conditions? Is there anyone that would like to answer it? Okay, I will go with Otar.
I'm very sorry, could you repeat the question,
yes,
please?
Yes, of course.
I didn't understand.
What do you think are the most critical issues that players tend to burn themselves when it comes to terms and conditions? So how I understand it is, what are the terms that the players are not expecting and falling for?
The first what came to my mind is that at first they try to register from a kind of test account. They just enter any kind of email, maybe enter any kind of password just to test the product. Then they create another account. If they like the product, they create the real account. They don't understand that the multi-accounting is not allowed into the casino. So into the terms and conditions, it should be very clear that it's not allowed. But that's a good case and good example. I want to tell you how we act in that case. So the issue is that you need to understand what in reality happened. So what was the intention of the player? You can block them, you can use your this important part of the terms and conditions for your benefits, but we never do it because we understand and we evaluate each of the account, why it was created and what was behind it. So one of the most important part that every customer, every player needs to understand and to look at is how the companies identify the multi-accounts and how they approach to this direction.
Yes, thank you very much, Otar. I think it relies to the thing mentioned before that online gambling being a young industry, there are many people who just do not grasp it totally and do not understand how the things are going on. We will need to move on to announcing the winner. Thank you very much for being here today with me. Thank you for your insights. Please, again, do not disconnect. It was a pleasure talking with you. See some of you in a while. Bye-bye. And we will proceed here in the studio. So now it's time to announce the winner for the Fairest General Terms and Conditions. And it is 7-Bit Casino. Congratulations. Congratulations, Igor. Again, I have the... Oh, yeah, great to see you, Igor. Hi. Awesome. So how are you feeling?
Everyone. It's a great pleasure, as I said, to be here, and it's a great pleasure to all our team that we win this nomination, and it's great. Thank you to our players, to your team that we win it. Thank you very much.
Congratulations again. The award will be delivered, and I'm very happy that technology is not betraying us, and we see the winners at least for this part. I mean the shortlisted companies. So congratulations again, Igor, and hopefully see you next year.
Thank you very much.
And for us, we will proceed to a next category. We will have a short break again. And for the next category, we will have Petr Ježko with us again, giving us insights directly face to face. So see you in a bit. Welcome back with us in a studio. The next category is the most transparent casino. Transparency is known to increase trust and foster open communication, and this rather comprehensive category is awarded to an operator that is exceptional in proactively informing its players about tools and concepts that might be vital for their safe gambling experience. The panel of Casino Guru expert judges were scouting for an operator that transparently displays information such as the RTP of its games, offers account history logs and reality checks, and provides any other statistics and information potentially relevant to players in their clear and transparent manner. As I promised before, joining us today in the studio is Petr Ježko again. He is Casino Guru strategy lead, one of the judges for this category as well. So, Petr, welcome again. I have a couple of questions for you, a bit different, more relevant to the transparency of casinos. So, how do you balance the need of transparency with the commercial interests of the casino?
There is a question if you need to balance it. I believe that it supports each other because, again, if you are transparent towards your customers, then you create a better user experience, which is good for your business. So I wouldn't say that the question stand it's one thing or another. I believe it works very, very well together.
Mm-hmm. I think it might be similar as it is with the safer gambling and commercial interests, as these two terms historically has stood against each other, and now they are basically formed in one direction, so the companies are looking for ways how to put in the safer gambling measures and still be commercially effective. We've seen examples that it is possible. But still, regarding the transparency and commercial interest, you think that there are still casinos which see it as going the opposite directions?
Yes, on the markets there are casinos with one approach and the other approach. Some casinos may believe that the users should like read all the terms and find all the stuff, or maybe they even don't have to know the things like RTP and so on, because it's not maybe important. But on the other hand, there are other casinos which try to be very transparent and have all these things listed and on the places where the user can see them.
How important is transparency to the overall integrity and reputation of casino?
It's definitely important thing, because we were talking about the safety before. And yeah, in ideal world, you have like all the terms enforced.
Yeah.
But if this is not possible, then it's very important to have it somewhere highlighted where the player can see them. So if I take some bonus, I can immediately see the terms, and maybe not just the like 3 pages of some terms, but they are really highlighted, like this is the wager requirements, this is the max bet, and be careful, don't break it, because then you will have the problem. And then let's take the RTP. It's the very important parameter for gambling. Yet a lot of players don't know about it, don't understand it, and even some casinos may be trying to hide it. They may think that the lower the RTP, the more money they take. But this is very short-sighted, I think, and I'm glad that there are casinos, and I believe there will be more and more of them, which try to be as transparent as possible.
What information do you think should a casino be required to disclose to its customers in order to be considered transparent?
We were already talking about it. It's the RTP of the games, it's the log history, and basically all the information that are relevant for the players, even the winnings and losses, reality check.
We both know that it is difficult with players to read the terms and conditions, and sometimes the same applies also for the safer gambling information. Basically, the attitude of most players is that they want to have fun, they want to get an entertainment, they want to gamble. So, do you have some advices for online casinos, perhaps where or how to display this information to players so they will digest them and they will understand them?
This is the hard question, because I think that each casino has some unique software or the unique solutions. So I wouldn't like directly recommend it where to do it, but they should manage to do it on the visible place, and maybe even try to educate the players about what the RTP means. That's, for example, is what we in Casino Guru do, because we really believe it's important.
Yeah, I guess it is $1 million question. All right, last question. Most of the shortlists are here with us today, or at least watching the stream. So is there something you would like to say to them? Some advice for the future when it comes to the topic of transparency?
Yes, I would like to say to the shortlist, and I can also say it from the previous category where I was talking, the Fairest bonus policy, that we were really impressed that there is a stuff possible to do, and like I want to say, keep up the good work, and keep in mind that your player is your customer, and if you make the good user experience for the players, then it's half of the win for you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I remember when you were, discussing the experience from the awards, saying that, we thought that this is not possible. They were telling us like this is not possible at all. And so this basically what happened have opened the newer possibilities also on how you and your team consider complaints or specific cases. So I guess that these leading examples will be dragging the rest of the industry with them. And I am very happy that you were here with us to provide these kind of insights. I think it's a very important message, not only for the shortlisters, but also for the industry. So thank you very much, Peter. We'll proceed further with the announcement of the shortlisted companies for this category. So without a further ado, let's take on to the companies which made it to the shortlist. So it is Get Slots Casino, Oshi.io, Prime Gaming Ltd, Genting Casino, and Wins.io. And again, we have some of the shortlisted companies here with me in the studio. So welcome. We have Kyle Setchell here with us from Get Slots Casino, acting as a key affiliate manager. There was supposed to be also Darko Ayvazian, which is head of the affiliate.
Darko couldn't make it today.
Okay, so at least we have you, Kyle. Hi, welcome. Then it is Alex, the affiliate manager for Oshi.io. Hi, Alex. And Leo, head of marketing at Wins.io. Great. I'm very happy to have you guys here with me. So, again, the same question, right? What else we can ask just to find out what do you think is why your company should stand out in this category? And I will start with Kyle. So what do you think makes you a strong candidate for a winner in this award?
Something which we noticed personally is that most brands don't consider that there is a big variable in the literacy levels of their players. Some of the players might be using a language which is not their primary language as well. So the understanding of the terms and conditions, it must be kept in mind as well. So we try to avoid any ambiguous words, any phrases, or any words which are not easily understood. So we have our terms be as transparent as possible, as intelligible as possible, and as clear as possible across all of our products.
Thank you very much, Kyle. Proceeding further to Alex. What do you think it is that makes Oshi the right candidate for this category?
Well, transparency has always been one of the key ways for us to reach the best player experience, obviously. And I think that it actually contains of two things. First thing is what the player sees at the site. So the info should be as clear as possible, and we're constantly improving this. And the second one is player support. So if a player doesn't understand something, there should always be people able to make the player understand what's going on. And I think our support is actually very good, and we're also moving towards improvement in this direction. So I think we're just moving it to the right direction. Well, at least we're here shortlisted at such a great award. So I guess we're moving it to the right direction.
Thank you, Alex. I think that you are right. The reality to be one of the shortlisted companies is definitely contributing to it. So, Leo, what is your take? What do you think makes the wins to stand out in this category?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say a couple of words that maybe majority of the guys said today. is I'm very delighted to be in this award, and one of the reasons is that we don't really usually strive to be in nominations. So this is kind of, as we consider, a byproduct of us doing something right. In the sense of the transparency itself, I mean, it's a couple of different principles. The first one is we usually strive to treat the customers the way that we want to be treated ourselves. Mm-hmm. That's the first one. And second thing is our team is quite long in the gambling industry. So we understand that consumers need to know what governs their play. And as one of the competitors said, gambling literacy is important. So mm-hmm. we employ a range of approaches in that sense. And that comes, starts with the advertising, meaning that it has to be transparent, so it doesn't have to be misleading. And also all the key things is, explaining to the customer what is RTP, showing the RTP together with the games, explain the concept of volatility, because RTP is not the only thing. And then the general, all the key things that actually were mentioned throughout the nominations is the terms and conditions. It's the, the conditions of deposits and payouts. It's the responsible gambling limits. I think it's like an ecosystems. If you look at all the nominations you did, it all works together. And I think listening through the different contestants in this nominations, I can't say much why we should win. I think we're in a good company. That's the most important. And actually, this was a good event. We learned a lot. And I really hope that, throughout the next 12 months, we'll make it actually, first of all, to the next competition. And secondly, we'll take some key takeaways and implement it to our casino. Mm-hmm. But the rest is in the hands of judges.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Leo. And thank all of you for your insights on this. This is a very important topic for me personally and also for the industry itself. So it's great that you are doing work which is beyond what is required and that you are today here standing as a shortlisters. I have one question from Slido which is aimed to Kyle, and it is, what is your definition of a transparent casino? If you could imagine in a perfect world, how would it look like?
In a perfect world, the most transparent casino would be where a player prior to registration knows all the aspects and all the terms and conditions before making his registration to the brand. This would entail a lot of hours spent going through terms and conditions in detail. And despite it not being very realistic, we aim to be as close as to this as we can get.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Kyle. Yeah, I think it will be very difficult to achieve, but it's a journey. So perhaps you will get, or the industry will get to that point at some time. Thank you very much again. I need to proceed to the announcement of the winner. I will say goodbye to you, but please stay with me. One of you will surely appear on the screen after the announcement. So see you in a while, and thank you very much again. So going back to our viewers, it's time to announce the winner of the most transparent casino. I will open the envelope. And it's Oshi.io. Congratulations. Hi.
Thank you.
Alex.
Thank you. Yeah, again, I'm
huge congratulations.
Especially to be the winner in such a great category, because transparency, as I already said, is one of our key points. And so being a winner of such a great competition just means that we're, again, doing everything right, and we'll keep going on. So I'm not really a speech guy, so I just like to say thank you to everyone who voted for us.
You did just fine.
The Casino Guru team. And of course, the last but not the least is the Oshi team, which is behind the screen, which nobody usually sees, but the team which does most of the work. So special thanks to you guys.
You really did fine, and I think that your colleagues will appreciate it. And I congratulate you. You said at the beginning, yes. I mean, it's great also for us and for the Casino Guru Awards to recognize the companies which are doing the great effort in various categories. So it is mutual. Congrats again, Alex. The award will arrive to your location. And thanks that you've been here with me today. See you next year, hopefully. Bye-bye. And I will go back.
See you. Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And I will go back to the audience because now we will proceed to the cherry on the top category, as we name it at the beginning, which will start in just 5 minutes. So we've closed all the categories which were judged by either internal judges of Casino Guru or experts from the industry. Now we will move on to the category which is a result solely to the voice of the people, as the name suggests. So where people were able to vote for all the shortlisted companies in all the categories in order to have the winner according to the either players or general public. And we will proceed to it in a short 3 or 5 minute break. See you soon. Welcome back, everyone. So as I mentioned before, for this category, we wanted to give the public a chance to vote for their favorite operator. Featuring the shortlisted candidates from all the categories, this award's winner was chosen solely by the public without any intervention from any of our judges. The voting began once the individual categories went through the shortlisting process, and now is the time to finally announce the Voice of the People winner. Again, all shortlisted companies were automatically nominated for this category, and the public has chosen their winner. So, joining us live today are the 5 finalists, and the finalists are Rocket Play Casino, Blue Chip Casino, iWild Casino, Cat Casino, and LNL Europe Ltd. And again, as I mentioned, we have shortlisted companies joining us in the studio, and we should see them. Yes, we see them already. Hello, familiar faces. Hi, it's great to see you. So I will go introducing them again. We have Lily from Rocket Play Casino, Team Lead, Customer Care Services. Then there is Otar Chagashvili, CEO at Blue Chip. Yulia Ivashenko, Head of Compliance and Law Department at Blue Chip. Anastasia Chaplenko, Head of Communications Department at iWild Casino. Alex Cat, Business Developer and New Markets at Cat Casino. I think it's Business Development. And again, Matthew Curtis, Head of Responsible Gaming at LNL Europe. So now we see all of you all with the cameras. That's exciting. Hi, how do you like the ceremony? We are almost at the end.
It's good, yeah. Thank you for organizing.
Great, and thank you very much. Thank you very much to be here and to be part of it. Thanks for your nomination in the previous categories. So you made it to the Voice of the People. I guess that you made some effort in showing the public that they can vote for you and that they can basically show their interest and make you the winner. So I will be asking the same questions. I mean, but to this particular award, so starting with each of you, and just very briefly, because we do not have much time for this, but basically the question is, why do you think, or what made you to get to the shortlisted of this category? So why do you think you should win this, as it is the award which is coming from the public? So I will start with you, Lily. Why do you think you are the company to win the Voice of the People?
Thank you so much. I'll go first then. Basically, I guess that all the efforts, our work, and the service we provide to our customer is crucially important. And all little things that we are doing, just everything is all for them and for their satisfaction and their understanding that we cannot even, live without our customers, and that is quite a difficult experience to analyze their journey and their path in our project. And I think that that would be a great praise from our customers if Rocket Play is the one to win this award.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lily. What about you, Otar? What do you think has made you to get to this shortlist? I mean, how come that people are voting for you?
Thanks for question. I think that most important part here is the loyal customers. So if your customers are so loyal, that they want to go to the Casino Guru site and choose the category, choose your brand, and click on the vote. That's the main criteria how you can be in this shortlisted. I'm very happy that our brand is here in the finalists. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Otar. Proceeding further with Julia, what do you think is that? What do you think is there for Blue Chip to win this category?
Blue Chip believes that terms and conditions, good fair terms and conditions, is one of the main basis for healthy environment, for relations with customers and for business itself. So all participants of business, employees and customers should feel safe and understand the rules, and it's a healthy environment, and we believe in healthy environment.
Thank you. Anastasia, what would be your input on this?
Thank you. It is an honor to be nominated, and all we want in a Wild Casino, yes, is to get closer to our players. This nomination proves that we are on the right road. So we want to become a recognized brand that people trust and believe they can get what they're looking for. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have Alex here as the next one. So why do you think Cat Casino is in this shortlisted part? What makes you to be the strong candidate?
I suppose Alex is me, yeah?
Yes.
Like I will continue the idea that I said before in other categories. So we are trying, in our main value, which we are following, is to think like our customers, like our players. So we do follow the ideas and like desires they would like to see in our project and try to implement them as quickly as possible. So we try to be flexible and quick and think like our players. That's main three, I guess, zones that we are standing on and trying to follow. That's why we are in the shortlist, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Matthew, why do you think the people are voting for LNL Europe?
Yeah, I'm going to try not to repeat myself too much from the prior questions, but I would like to reiterate that we've made huge efforts across the board, not just to stay compliant, but to actually exceed those expectations. This is something that all of the staff within the company know, and I'm sure that they appreciate. It's quite nice to, sign your name up to a company that you enjoy working for and that you put have a lot of compassion within the company. So I'm sure that there's a few members of staff, colleagues of mine, that have helped get us some votes, but this also applies to the customers too. We do put them first, and while some of the procedures that we have might put blocks in the way, they know it's done with the best intentions.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. So I was asking this question to all of you because we were impressed by the number of votes which has arrived to all of the companies collectively. So choosing the winner, it wasn't difficult because it was just based on the numbers, but it was tight, I have to say. Winner could be just one, but I was curious, why do you think that this source of votes can be coming to your direction, as it is completely different as having this decision from the judges? I will take a look at Slido and figure out if there is a question. There is. What would be your advice for new players in online gambling? And we don't have much time, and we have 6 people in the panel. So each of you, please name one thing. Imagine that your friend wants to start gambling online. What would be one thing that you would advise them? Starting again with the same order. Lily, please.
Just check the best service and reviews for the casino, and thankful to Casino Guru. It's really great that our customers have such an opportunity.
Thank you, Otar.
I would suggest them to check the trusted review sites like the Casino Guru. They will find if this casino has any issues or not. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia.
I would recommend maybe avoid absolutely hidden rules because it only cause and create only problems for a business. So it's not good to create hidden rules and avoid absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it makes sense to make some research before it and perhaps figure out what these hidden rules could be. Anastasia?
I think it's important to be honestly to players and to the casino.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, question was, what would you advise to a person who wants to start gambling online? So what would be your advice for a new player?
To be honestly and play responsibility.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it was for the player. I thought that it is from the operator to be honest with the players.
Sorry. I think about it was about player. Just a second, please. I need to think more about this.
You can imagine.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So imagine that you have a friend. Imagine that you have a friend, and they are asking you for advice. So I want to start gamble online. What should I be vigilant for? What would be your advice for them?
To build a team of professionals and managers and a perfect concept working with that helps to achieve results.
Thank you.
That's all.
Yeah. Matthew, what would be your advice?
I'll keep it short. Avoid the unregulated sites. Thoroughly read the terms and conditions, and prior to depositing, check for any regulated comments on how that operator actually operates.
Thank you, Alex. Matthew, Alex, one advice from your side, please.
Yeah, so like I would suggest to use trusted sources, for example, as Casino Guru Awards, and the last but not the least is like having fun. We forgot about it. So people do that to have fun.
Yes,
so
indeed.
like have fun and they have their leisure time if they would like to have it. So
yeah,
that's two main advices I would suggest.
Yeah, I think that it would be beneficial for all of us in regard to online gambling if we would be having fun with gambling, but still be vigilant about the risk associated and also to know what to do when things will go to the directions which are not healthy anymore. Fine, thank you very much for your inputs. Thank you to be with me. I appreciate really your insights in this. Now is the time to announce the winner. I will again say farewell to all of you. I will see one of you once I open the envelope and announce the winner. So thanks again, and hopefully see you all next year. Now is the time to announce the winner of the Voice of the People category. Rocket Play. Lily, I see you for the second time here. It's great that your camera and the internet is working. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really grateful for that too. And actually, that's just amazing. And our team is so grateful for such an opportunity to be nominated and participate. And this award, that's like the voice of people, is just crucially important for us because everything we do, we like ask customers what do they want and what is their choice. And we try to apply it and implement everything just on our website. And that is just a high praise from our players. And we're so grateful for that. Thank you so much.
I'm very happy to see you are so excited about this. But I need to ask, as this category, again, is different, so what was your strategy for getting as many votes as possible? Because you received well above 1,000 votes. And as it is coming from the people outside, you need to make them aware about that. So what is your secret sauce in this?
We just use all the possible resources to communicate with our customers, and we make it easier for them and more polite way. We usually ask them for feedback from the support team, and via marketing communication. And I think that this award is just the information that our customers are loyal, and we do approach them in a nice way for them to choose us and to go through this path of voting. That is just very exciting, and that is the best experience that could ever be.
Great to hear. Thank you very much, Lily. Again, 2 awards for the Rocket Play Casino will arrive in a due time. Thanks again that you've been here with me today. I hope that you're going to celebrate. And now it's time to say farewell. So see you next year. And I hope that you and the whole team will enjoy it.
Thank you so much just for the opportunity to participate. And thanks, Casino Guru.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, as mentioned, all of the shortlisted companies in this category really did a great job because they've had so many votes for them, so they were able to distribute it. So I'm very happy that this category was really a cherry on the top for us, and that we have that many shortlisted companies. So, dear friends, dear audience, this is it. We have successfully interviewed all judges. We've announced all the winners. We talked with all the shortlisted companies and given out all the awards. But don't leave yet. We didn't answer the most important question of the event. Yes, will there be a Casino Guru Awards 2023? I don't know who was writing this content. Indeed, yes, there will be. Of course, our intention is to build on this for the years to come. So we are bringing the awards back for next year for sure. We want to make it easier for nominated companies, for all the companies to put in their nominations. We want to make it easier for the judges to vote. We want to make it more accessible, and we want to make it bigger. So, again, getting back to the beginning, this year's Casino Guru Awards was very challenging for us, as the level of transparency we are trying to bring comes with its own set of challenges. As we talked before, but it is a journey. We are determined to keep the standard and, more importantly, to improve with each year, and we hope you will be going to be part of it. Nominations for Casino Guru 2024 will be open in just a couple of weeks. Give us some time, please. But you won't wait for too long, so stay tuned for the final date and follow our channels to not miss any important updates. Again, in the name of Casino Guru, thanks everyone involved in this project. It was such a pleasure to be working with my colleagues from Casino Guru, with all the judges and nominated companies. Again, without you, this won't be possible. And thanks for staying with me and, listening to me talking. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.